Welcome to Football Frenzy. Everton in 233-minute wait for first goal of the season. Sean Dyche's men overcome nervous start to post-first victory of season with the FL Cup triumph over league side Doncaster. Ian Dyche's bold team selection was rewarded as his side avoided a potential cup upset and arrested an alarming start to the campaign that has added to the seeming perpetual unrest that surrounds Everton. Dwight McNeil, Iliman Ndiaye, making his first start for the club, and Beto scored on an evening when defeat was not an option for the hosts. Following a miserable start to the league campaign, it meant Dyche naming a near full-strength team while opposite number Grant McCann, focused on lifting Doncaster out of League Two, rested 6 players. It may have been a curious change in the usual David versus Goliath Cup dynamic, but one that was understandable, given the mood music around Goodison following a home defeat by Brighton and 4-0 embarrassment at Tottenham, after which a handful of Everton fans abused players at Euston Station before their journey home. "I don't think I need to mention anything about it other than what the fans have mentioned," Dyche said last night. "The fans have rallied round, they feel that is unacceptable. There are enough Everton fans in this stadium and around the world, and if they say that is unacceptable, they know more than me. There is a line and some people have crossed it. But the masses of fans who seem to have got involved in that moment have dealt with it and said, that's too far." Leicester secured a safe passage through to the third round of the Carabao Cup with a dominant 4-0 victory over Tranmere at the King Power Stadium. Leicester made 8 changes from their defeat to Fulham at the weekend and took a while to get in their stride, but it was Jordan Ayew, on his first start, that gave the Foxes a narrow halftime advantage. An imperious-looking Leicester pulled no punches in the second period, and their Premier League quality showed as Steffi Mavididi made it 2 from the penalty spot before Wilfred Ndidi and Harry Winks each struck to hand Steve Cooper his first competitive win in charge. A minute's applause rang round the ground ahead of kickoff to pay tribute to former Foxes boss Sven-Göran Eriksson, who died on Monday. A low-key and rather disjointed start to the contest welcomed a sparsely populated King Power Stadium, but the hosts soon started to gain control against their opposition, who were still unbeaten in the 4th tier, led by Nigel Adkins. Player-coach Joe Murphy, 43, lined up between the sticks for the visitors and was tested for the first time after 20 minutes when he dived across to meet Ayew's darting effort from distance. A neat exchange between former Spurs pair Winks and Oliver Skip sent Ndidi through on goal, but he dragged his effort wide across the face of goal. League to Tranmere held their own for the first half hour, but their top-flight opponents were starting to show their quality as the half wore on. This time Skip raced clear, but Murphy was called upon for a second time to keep it goalless. Tranmere's resistance broke in the 38th minute with thanks to a piece of brilliance from Ayew, who shifted the ball onto his right from outside the box again and cracked it past Murphy. Despite getting his hands to the effort, Leicester had the opportunity to double their advantage in the 51st minute after Ricardo Pereira was brought down by Connor Jennings in the area and Mavididi struck the ball low and hard into the bottom left corner to double their lead. The home side were out of sight with 20 minutes to play as Winks' pass was flicked by Ayew into the path of Ndidi, who finished from close range. Leicester showed no signs of letting up and were on the prowl for more as, from a corner, Winks picked up the ball on the edge of the box and bulleted home to cap off a supreme evening. Barcelona took on Rayo Vallecano at Estadio de Vallecas late on Tuesday night, aiming for their 3rd win of the season. More importantly, the Blaugrana were tasked with breaking the curse of the stadium, for they were without a win at Vallecas in 3 games. Hansi Flick did not make overt changes to his starting lineup on the night despite the availability of Dani Olmo, only starting Gerard Martin in place of Alejandro Balde at left back. The hosts opened the scoring on the night through Unai Lopez in just the 9th minute of the game, putting pressure on the Blaugrana for the remainder of the first half. Barcelona only found the equalizer after the break when Pedri took matters into his own hands and scored a well-worked goal. Eventually, it was the new signing Dani Olmo who scored a stunning goal to give the Blaugrana the lead in all 3 points on the night. Pedri was simply magical against Rayo Vallecano, once again playing as a double pivot in defense and pushing forward to play make in possession. The Canary Island-based midfielder was simply unplayable in possession and appeared very sharp with his moves and fitness. Single-handedly created and finished Barcelona's opener on the night with a little help from Rafinha. The orchestrator-in-chief was confident and strong on the ball, leading the counterattack and often progressing deep in the final third. Yet, he was somewhat a shadow of the version he showed at the weekend in terms of playmaking in the opening period. Came back for the second half much improved as he created a threat with every carry. Showed great understanding and maturity to return the ball to Pedri for Barcelona's equalizer, earning the assist. Winning 3 games from 3 shows BARCA is back to business. They have started well. I hope they keep up the momentum. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks.